Hello guys, so today I want to talk about how much Pulse chain you need to become a millionaire. And this is going to be a little bit of a more conservative take, right? And so it's going to be different than the other price prediction videos that I've made before. Now, I was watching a video by Somi, and he said one thing that I think I found like to be an point that everyone needs to think about. That the crypto markets have shifted. So it's possible that the days of having the 1000x, 10,000x, a million x might be gone. And if that is the case, we need to be prepared that maybe Pulse chain pumps from Sacrate about 60x, and maybe PulseX pumps about 50x. Sorry, about maybe 30, 40x, somewhere there, somewhere along those lines. And so that it makes a lot of sense because the market does change a lot. If you look at the previous bull run, right, that we came out of, I think almost it should be now maybe 2 years or a year and some months ago. What you find is that not most retail did not make money in that run. It was a run that was really for the insiders, the most crypto insiders out there. The way to make money was to be involved in early stage projects, and most people did not have access to those projects. And if the other way to make money from those projects was if you had access to launch pads, and which most people didn't have access to those launch pads because you needed to be on a whitelist to get access to buying those coins. And essentially, if you would get in a whitelist on a new project, you could put $100 and then get 100x the next day, because we would know that the projects would just pumped up the next day, and all the people that got in the early whitelist would just dump on retail after that. So the bull run was such in nature that most people didn't make money. But that was different from the 2017 bull run where anyone made money. Everyone made money. If you look at Bitcoin in 2017, the top was 20,000. And then we look at our previous run, the top was 69,000. That's a 3.5x. That's nothing in the crypto space. So it is important for us to think about what if we don't get these huge gains. So if you're thinking, what if these huge gains are not coming and maybe the top we get is 50x for Pulse and maybe 30x for Pulse chain, for PulseX, that means that you're looking at a price of maybe 0.005 for Pulse chain. And so how much you would need in that scenario to become a millionaire, you would need at least to have sacrificed, let's say, 20,000 about, right? Now, I'm not including multipliers because I'm sure there'll be a multiplier on that. So, and then the amount will be a lot more than that. But you would need to have at least $20,000, which would be equivalent to, let's say, 200 million. Now, if $20,000 sacrifice would have given you more than 200 million, but we're just using rough estimates here, give you 200 million PLS to turn that into a million, right? Now, that's not really extremely exciting for a lot of people because obviously one of the main reasons people get into crypto is to turn a small amount of money to a large amount. But I think that it's important for us to have both sides of the coin and to have a full-on degen bull perspective, and also to have a kind of a sober-minded, smaller perspective, because we don't know how markets shift in the crypto space. And I do think that they do shift. And where the opportunity is, shift as well. Now, if we're talking about the shift that market does, it's not limited to speculation that maybe the gains are not there. It could be something else that shifts, because everyone who was in the 2017 bull run expected us to just pump more, but that didn't happen, right? I mean, we're talking about 3.5x for Bitcoin. That's nothing. But then there were coins like X that did phenomenally well, that did 10,000x in that same period. There was Shiba Inu that had massive gains as well. There were other coins that did well, but you would have needed a special eye to be able to notice it. Because while I think that for most of us it would have been easy to notice Hex, but I don't think for us it would have been easy to notice meme coins. I think the crypto space is only starting to embrace them now. But during the time when they started, they were not embraced. So I think it's important for us to have that broader perspective when we're looking at all this stuff. So I think the biggest thing to be doing right now, because if you're saying, okay, like maybe, okay, if it's going to take 20 grand to become a millionaire, then maybe this is too difficult. But you also see, right, that means that 2 grand can become 100 grand. That's still a lot of money, right? It means $200 can become 10 grand. Now, that's not game changing money. But there will also be other opportunities, because there always are other opportunities. And I think that within the Pulse chain ecosystem, I think there will be some ecosystem projects that do extraordinarily well. And if you can pick which ones are those, I think that you'll be able to do extremely well. Now, I will say this though, that right, I think from the numbers that I'm seeing right now, for the most part, I don't think like sacrifice phases or getting in on projects during the sacrifice phase is such a great idea. I don't think so anymore, because if you're looking at the performance of all the tokens, I don't know if there's any token that has that had massive gains, from that. So, and it's starting to look like in some cases you're better off just waiting for the token to come to market. As long as we're still in this bear market type of a thing, you're better off waiting for it to come to market and then getting it at a bottom somewhere there, maybe dollar cost averaging into the project. That's what it looks like to me from an outside perspective. And I also think that gains are important part within the Pulse Chain ecosystem, because if Pulse Chain projects are not doing your 10x, your 100x, how will we entice people onto Pulse Chain? Because for the most part, people are in this for the gains, right? So I think that the projects, they will be big winners, big bangers, that do extraordinarily well. But you've got to know that you got to get in at a good price. You got to get in at a good price. That's the way that I'm looking at it. But all in all, I think that if it is a conservative of 50x and that those are all the gains that we get, I think the best would be to strategize, and the more money you have, the better, because you can invest a larger chunk. But you always ought to know that you don't invest more than what you're willing to lose, right? So that's got to be something that you understand, that okay, I'm investing this, but if it goes away, that's fine. And so if you've got a big amount, that's fine. You can build up your big position. If you've got a small amount, you can build up slowly. If you have an extremely small amount, then the best strategy would be to start networking in the crypto space and building and being part of the new teams of new projects that are launching right now, that maybe need someone to be talking about them on Twitter, that maybe need someone to be moderating the Telegram group. And if you're part of that, that would give you a lot more access. Because like I said, in the previous bull run, the people that had the massive gains, the people that had access, people that had connections, people that had all those things. So I think that it would be important to build up both things, to be building up your position with money, and also to be building up your influence within the ecosystem. Now, having said that, if you've got large amounts of money, you might not want to waste your time by doing all of that. You might just want to because I will say this, right, not so much of a controversial take, right, but for the most part, sometimes it's good to kind of keep your anonymity, especially in the crypto space, because then you don't become a target, right? Because once you put your name out there, put your face out there, you definitely become a target, especially when it comes to crypto, because people know that, okay, most likely this person has a wallet with lots of coins, and that can attract a lot of negative attention as well. So if you've got big bag or fiat, I think the best thing is to build as big a position as you can, obviously not investing more than what you can afford to lose. But if you don't, you've got to start networking and got to start building value in other ways. I mean, like Twitter right now is extremely hot right now. And what you can see is that Twitter has massive reach. You see tweets getting 10,000 views, 20,000, 100,000 views. The reach on Twitter is massive. So I think that's a platform where someone can use to network and increase at least their visibility within the space, and I think that will attract a lot of opportunities. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about all of this, and yeah, obviously not financial advice, and make sure to check out PulseShib and PulseShib.com, and you can jump in the Telegram group as well, and follow on Twitter and all that other good stuff. And yeah, Pulse Chain, it's a Pulse Chain meme coin, for those who don't know, but with massive potential. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Not financial advice, and I will see you again next time.